Hello, it is Dusty Thunder with a story for you. Title of this one is Am I the Astronaut for bringing a much older guy to Easter dinner after my dad left my mom for someone close to my age? I, 18 female, moved out at 15 when I got into a boarding school abroad. When I was 12, my dad, 45 male, cheated on my mom, 43 female, with a woman who was 20 at the time, now 26 female. They ended up divorcing and he's been with her ever since. She's only a few years older than I am, and for the past few years, she's been at every family holiday. She's clearly only after his money, but he's too stupid and stubborn to understand. This year for Easter, I flew back home and asked a friend of mine, 38 male, to come with me and pretend to be my boyfriend just for a few days at home. Well, that's different. It's not like you were dating somebody. It's like you intentionally recruited an older person to prove a point. That's different. We'll see how it plays out, though. After dinner, my dad pulled me aside and told me he felt uncomfortable with the situation. I told him I didn't do anything wrong and that after him, love has no age. He told me that I ruined everyone's Easter by being selfish and bringing someone his age to dinner. I flew back to school, but now I'm getting messages from a few relatives saying that I should apologize to my dad and break up with my boyfriend. I haven't responded. I don't think I'm in the wrong because he has made my entire life uncomfortable since the moment he cheated on my mom. Am I the astronaut? There's an edit, but before we get into that, I wish OP would have said, okay, Dad said to OP, you ruined everyone's Easter by being selfish and bringing someone my age to dinner. I would have been like, ditto, but backdate that. How is your behavior okay, but mine is not? Now, remember, OP is 18. Doodle's Dragon, him going after someone at 20 is way worse. And he was, 40-something at the time? I know she was proving a point. Does that make it shitty? No, not yet. I'm trying to process this thing through. Like, I know she's proven a point and was doing it to be petty, and maybe that's where the assholishness potential comes in, right? If this is someone she was actually dating, like NTA, doing this to be petty and prove a point, maybe. You didn't have to do it, that's for sure. But it is funny that it struck a nerve and that's not okay. But the inverse is okay, right?
Maybe that's for sure.
Prove that the inverse is not okay? That it's hypocritical?
Yes, but he's
Okay. I get it.
case, NTA.
Edit! Seems like many think this is a lie. I would too, but I met my friend at a book club when I moved to the US. I'm from Europe, and he's been a great father figure to me, to be honest. When I had no friends there, he would buy me dinner and actually spend time with me. And he's recently divorced from his high school sweetheart, so he would have spent Easter alone anyway. Therefore, I decided to take him with and show him around. I know this is immature, people. I know it's extremely immature of me. But I wanted to show him how it feels. Thanks a lot for the advice, everybody. I'll update for Christmas, LOL. And I agree. Showing him that he's a hypocrite, NTA. I'm sticking with my NTA. Sticking with it. Yeah, you weren't dating him. You were doing it to be petty, but you're also doing it to prove a point to him that like he was made uncomfortable. Oh, well, and that matters? That's funny. I've been uncomfortable for a long ass time because of your behavior. So cool. Tell you what, Tater Thunder's just gonna operate the buttons for me today. She's like, Patty Thunder, Patty Thunder. You want the thunder? That gets some petty thunder going on for sure, and I do appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, whenever you're trying to prove a point, especially if somebody has caused you discomfort or pain, and you're proving a point, pointing out hypocrisy, I think you have to accept that you're going to be the asshole when you prove that point. But it's a constructive assholishness. It's constructive. You know what I mean? Maybe not the asshole we need, but it's the asshole we deserve. Elise dropping the 5 said, yep, she should have 100% called him daddy in front of her father. Oof. It is funny that she said he's been a father figure to her. I immediately envisioned Artie from Schitt's Creek. Like I envisioned this as Artie and Alexis. And Johnny Rose is like, he's and Artie, who's like Johnny Rose's age, calls him dad. And that's really funny. So OP, if you're going to do this for Christmas, please bring your friend along again and have him call your dad, and just see what happens. Just see what happens. Artie's such a young soul.